All right, good afternoon, W1WHO. No, sorry, wrong one. It's November 720 Sierra. W1WHO is my ham radio call sign. And we are out here in the garage. It's Saturday evening, 14th of September. And we have some skin stuff doing. Emily is working skins on the for the tail cone. That's the forward skin there. I don't know if that's left or right, but we have them here. And let's see, there's the other one here. Let me show you. We got somebody doing, yeah, there's the other one right there. We've got noise from the gardeners across the street. Okay, so right here is the rearmost skins that go on the side of it, and I was doing all of this by hand with these scuffing pads, doing all of these by hand. It's just tedious, right? And it can be done, but I went on Amazon and I bought this little thing here, little pneumatic orbital sander. And I put the scuffing pad on there, and I just went along, and that does a really nice job. Makes it a little faster for us. And then I go back over and scuff one more time with the pad, but that's what I'm doing with these skins here. Now, we went ahead and put on, as you can see, RF Skin 006 CA2. It's this stiffening plate here, and I thought that there were two pieces, but I couldn't find them in the kit. But what I found out is this is a flat piece that's laying in amongst all the skins, and you actually start here or here, and you form it all the way around, right? But it is very difficult to get it completely in. It took several hours to get that in, because not only do you have to line up all these holes, but then some of these go through ribs, and then some of them go through these longerons in the back. So all of these longerons lock in back here. Like, this one and this one, they just kind of sit in here. And so they lock in, but you have to get everything lined up, and that was very difficult. So, just so you know, okay? So it goes all the way around here. You can see how many clecos I got on just in this tail section. Almost every hole has a cleco in it. And I did that on purpose, and I've been sitting here for about a week now because I want it to form in. Because next will go these side skins that she's working on, or that I'm working on right there, and they go in here, but they have to go in to the bottom here, along in here first, and then they come around and lock into this. So basically, once the skin's on, this stiffening plate does not lock into anything that I can see. So the skin goes on, then the stiffening plate, and you have to line up all these holes into ribs and into longerons. So it's a thickness of 4, so it's a lot of work to get these rear. But once you get those in and lock them in with all the clecos, and then you start riveting, man, it's very, very solid. So it's really, really nice. So that's what we've been working on. That's what we're working on now. Another thing that we did up here, these have just been clecoed in. This was in the step before that, but this is the step support fitment, and as you can see, we have not riveted any of this in, even though it said put rivets in. We wanted to get it all clecoed up first, so as you can see, we have clecos everywhere. In here with all the different sizes. We've got black, copper, gold in here, and so they've all just been laid in here. We wanted to make sure we got everything correct, so we did that side, and we did this side over here. So they're all just clecoed in. They've obviously not been riveted in bed, but that's the next step, is to rivet some of these in. So we have to go back and do some of that. So the whole fuselage here, rear tail cone fuselage, is fitting together nicely. It does take some work, as you can see. We just put the longerons in here. Didn't put a tie wrap on that one, but there's up here and here and here. You say we just did like Evan suggested and just tie wrap them in loosely to hold them in place while we're doing all these other parts. So I wanted to show you that, and Emily is working on peeling off that clear plastic protectant to the aluminum. Now, I did talk to Sling when I was at Oshkosh, and I said, you know, it's especially for us old people, it's really difficult to see that that clear plastic that you're taking off. So I asked them if they could, and they do this at the factory. They get the aluminum in sheets, and they put this plastic on at the Sling factory. So I asked them if they could get a plastic that has a tint in it, you know, light yellow or light green, or you know, and who cares? It would just make it a little bit easier for us to see instead of our old eyes looking at the clear plastic. So that would be helpful. I don't know if Sling will do it or not. It would be nice if they would. If enough of us not complain, but ask that they do that, maybe that would help. So that would be something that I would suggest. So anyway, this is the RF Skin 005 CX1. This is the right rear, and that's the left rear. And I don't know if those over here that she's working on, or which one she's going, left or right, but that one and this one here. This is probably the left here, because I think that's the top of the baggage compartment there, right there. So, all right, this is November 720 Sierra. I'm gonna kill the video for now, and I'll probably put it in the stand and take some more pictures here shortly. It is Sunday, what is it, 21st or 22nd? 22nd, yeah, September 22nd. So we're out in the garage. It's 90 degrees outside. Not quite that bad. We do have a fan on in here. And we're actually, in the last video, you saw me put these skins on. And in the other video, I talked about we Clecoed in all the step plates, and now we're going back and riveting them in. So that's what we're doing now. Now we've got various rivets of sizes that we're going back and forth between here. Right now we're putting in 998 rivets, but a few minutes ago we put in some 977, which are huge rivets. They are 4x8 by 8 millimeter stainless rivets. Now we're back to aluminum rivets, but in some of these braces we put in some stainless ones that are just big, thick plates that we put in. So we're switching back and forth between rivets depending on what we need. But right now we're just putting in the 998s. So these are just regular rivets that hold the step plate on. Still got lots more things to Cleco in, but we're going there. It's just following the instructions and riveting the ones they tell us to as in order. When I Clecoed the rib number 2 in on the jig, I didn't rivet it in, I just Clecoed it in. And it said 4 rivets in the instructions, so I Clecoed the 4 spots. But when we set it up there, it was on these 4, and it wasn't down on the bottom 4. So this whole thing sat too high, and none of these ribs fit in correctly. And we have since then gone back and put it down, but it said only put in 4 rivets, but then there's 8 slots, so we're thinking they mean 8 instead of 4. All right, so we're going back and riveting rib number 2. So I'm going to turn this off for a minute. We'll turn it back on a little bit. All right. November 720 Sierra. Hang on just a second here. Turn off the fan because it's a little hard to hear. I'm not sure exactly where you can see me. I think you can see me here anyway. Here. She's been out in the garage with me all day and a little cranky, but better now. Anyway, so we riveted the whole front step assembly in place up here, and now it all got riveted. We re-riveted rib 2 into the correct positions, and we put their 2 rear skins on, and they're clecoed in. Nothing's riveted in yet still. So I'm just going to let the clecos hold the skin in place for a few days before I decide to come back and do riveting. I like to make sure that the skins kind of sit in place for a while. Anyway, it's Sunday afternoon, probably close to 6 now. What do you want to say? You want to say bye-bye? You want to say bye-bye to everybody? Well, bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm going to call off. All right. Anyway, this is Steve and Shiloh out in the garage working on the plane today. And so we're making progress. Little steps, but it's rewarding. And starting to see a fuselage come together now. Rear fuselage anyway. And, okay, so we've been running about 160 people, 161, 162, and then some people unsubscribed. So currently it's 161 right now. Don't seem to get much past that. And if you look at the statistics, the people watching the videos, about 80% are not subscribed. So for you 80% that like to watch the videos, I appreciate it, but it'd be nice if you would subscribe also. And so we do have a GoFundMe page. If you'd like to donate to the project, we'd appreciate it. We've got some antennas to buy and a magnetometer and things like that. So anyway, we're going to call it a night for tonight and clean up and go inside and shower because I've been sweating for hours. All right, well, this is November 720 Sierra. Well, this is actually here. And so let's say goodbye. Say bye-bye. You say bye-bye? Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to go turn off the video.